Some motorcycle mods make your ride faster, lighter, and way more fun, but they could also get you pulled over, or worse, fined thousands. Today we're breaking down 11 performance mods that bikers love, but that could be totally illegal where you ride. These changes work, and that's what makes them dangerous, because most people don't even know they're against the law. So let's talk about what not to do, or at least what to double-check before you hit the road. First, LED fork-wrapped turn signals. These look futuristic and seriously clean. They bend, flex, and tuck in tight, which means they don't snap off like stock signals. Plus, they're often brighter and easier to see straight on. Sounds perfect, right? Well, not so fast. In many places, turn signals need to be a certain distance apart, visible from a specific angle, and separate from the headlight. If those bendy LEDs are too close together or blend into your headlight beam, you might be riding illegal, even if they're brighter than stock. Why do people still install them? They're compact, safer in low-speed drops, and give off that custom-build vibe. But depending on your local traffic laws, you could be asked to remove them, or worse, fail an inspection. So before you drop cash on fork-mounted LEDs, make sure you're not setting yourself up for a legal headache. Second, wireless charging phone mounts. These are super popular right now, especially high-end ones like RAM mounts with built-in wireless charging. Clip in your phone, charge while you ride, and stay GPS ready for hours. But did you know this can be illegal? In some regions, using any electronic device while riding, even passively, can get you a ticket. Yes, that includes simply charging your phone wirelessly. It's rare, but it's happened. There's also a heat issue. Wireless chargers can make your phone overheat, especially under a windshield on a sunny day. That could throttle performance, shut down your GPS, or even damage your phone's battery. So sure, the convenience is real, but depending on where you ride, it might come with more risk than you think. Third, swapping stock gauges for Koso digital dash. Let's talk about something that looks super cool but hides a surprising legal trap. Digital gauge swaps. Stock gauges can be bulky and outdated. That's why brands like Koso make slick digital dash replacements. They're compact, customizable, and often include gear indicators, shift lights, and more. But there's a catch. Swapping out your stock dash usually means you lose, or hide, your original odometer reading. And in many places, that's a big no-no. By law, you're supposed to log the mileage, document the change, and disclose it when selling the bike. Most people don't. Even dealers have gotten busted for odometer tampering, sometimes hiding mileage info under the seat or in obscure menus. So yeah, the digital dash upgrade looks sharp, but skip the paperwork and you could be accused of fraud without even realizing it. 4. Tiny mirrors or no mirrors. Let's start with a classic, ditching your mirrors or swapping them for those tiny little Barend ones. Riders love them. They look slick, reduce drag, and give your bike that race-ready, streamlined vibe. Take the CRG blind spot mirror. It's barely 2 inches wide and tucks right near the end of your handlebar. Some riders even go full rogue and take off their mirrors entirely. Why? Fewer distractions, better airflow, cleaner cockpit, and easier view of the dash. But here's the problem. Most places have strict rules about mirror size and placement. You might need at least 1 or even 2 mirrors, each at least 3 inches wide, mounted above the handlebars. Yes, smaller mirrors might make your bike more aerodynamic and your ride more comfortable, but they also make you an easy target for traffic cops. If your local laws require standard mirrors and you get stopped, you're not going to talk your way out of it by saying, "But look how cool they are." 5. Resetting the odometer. After a mod building on that last point, some riders go one step further and actually reset the odometer to 0 when they install a new display. Feels good, right? A fresh start for a rebuilt bike? Except, it's usually illegal. Even if you're not trying to fool anyone, resetting the mileage without documenting the original count can land you in trouble. You need to be able to prove the true mileage, or sign a sworn statement explaining the change. Fail to do that, and you might end up with a fine, an inspection notice, or even having to buy the bike back from a misled buyer. At the very least, write down the mileage before you reset anything. Stick a label near the ignition, etch it into the frame. Do whatever it takes to stay honest and safe. 6. Removing the catalytic converter. Coming in hot at number 6, removing the catalytic converter, the CAT, from your exhaust system. This mod is loved by racers, stunt riders, and anyone who wants to unlock more power and sound from their engine. And it works. Removing the CAT can cut 6 to 10 pounds off your bike instantly. That's a big weight drop. It also improves exhaust flow, throttle response, and lowers heat near your legs. Some dyno tests even show a gain of 2 to 5 horsepower just by taking out the catalytic converter. Oh, and the sound? Louder, deeper, meaner. That's why people do it. But here's the downside. It's 100% illegal in most countries, including the US, the UK, and nearly all of Europe. In the US, the EPA says you cannot tamper with emissions equipment. And in California, if you get caught without a catalytic converter, you could be fined up to $2,500. So unless you're racing on a closed track and never touching the street, think twice before you cut the CAT out. 7. ECU tuning for race performance. Number 7. Tuning your bike's ECU, or engine control unit, for race performance. Brands like Woolwich and V-Cyclenut offer reflashes that remove factory limits on speed, throttle response, and fuel delivery. It's like unlocking a hidden mode in your bike. You get more power in the mid-range, sharper throttle control, and better fuel mapping. On bikes like the GSX R750 or Yamaha R6, ECU tuning alone can give you 6 to 10% more power. That's a big jump, especially when paired with a performance exhaust. Most of those race ECU tunes disable emissions features, oxygen sensors, exhaust valve controls, and more. That means they're no longer legal for public roads. In fact, the EPA has gone after several companies for selling race-only tunes that people were using on the street. It's not just theory. They're watching. So if you get your ECU flashed, keep that stock map handy. And maybe don't post screenshots of your race tune with your license plate in the background. 8. Integrated taillights with built-in turn signals. Mod number 8 is all about cleaning up the rear end of your bike. Integrated taillights. These combine your brake light and turn signals into one sleek, compact unit. It looks factory fresh, shaves weight, and gets rid of those bulky stick-out indicators. But here's the legal issue. Most laws require that turn signals be at least 12 inches apart and that they blink amber, not red. Most integrated units? Red and way too close together. In some US states like Texas and New York, this mod could get you stopped. In parts of Europe, your bike won't even pass inspection. Still, riders love them. They're lightweight, easy to wire, and instantly make your bike look sharper. Just be prepared to reinstall your stock signals before inspection or to carry proof that your lights meet your local regulations. That brings us to mod number 9, and it's one of the most misunderstood legal gray areas among street riders. 9. Aftermarket rear sets and foot pegs. Coming in at number 9, aftermarket rear sets and adjustable foot pegs. These are huge for anyone who wants a better riding position, more lean angle, or just a sportier feel. With rear sets, you can adjust your foot position higher, further back, or tighter into the frame. This gives you better control in the corners and helps prevent your pegs from scraping when leaning hard. One rider even said switching to aftermarket rear sets made his bike feel 10 pounds lighter, and the sounds like a solid upgrade, right? But here's where it gets tricky. Most aftermarket foot pegs are not DOT approved for road use. Why? Because they often don't include vibration dampening, proper grip surface, or switches that activate your rear brake light. Some might even reduce visibility if they block important angles. And here's the kicker. If you get into an accident with unapproved foot pegs, your insurance company might refuse to pay out, especially if they believe the mod contributed to the crash. So while they're a must-have at the track, be cautious using them on public roads. You might be riding with great control, but still riding illegally. 10. Barend turn signals. Number 10. Barend turn signals. These look clean, bright, and are super popular for naked bikes. and they tuck in right at the end of your handlebars, which eliminates bulky stock signals. They're stylish, often brighter than OEM, and give your bike that high-end Euro custom look. But they come with a legal catch. Most regions require your front turn signals to be a certain distance apart, typically around 9 to 12 inches. Also, you need amber signals, not white or red, and front reflectors for nighttime visibility. Problem is, when riders install bar-end signals, they usually remove the stock lights and the reflectors, which is a double violation. That's a ticket waiting to happen. Some areas are flexible on this, others, not so much. So if you're going with bar-end signals, make sure they're visible, spaced out enough, and compliant with your local laws, or you might end up reinstalling your stock setup anyway. 11. Straight pipes or removing the baffle. And finally, mod number 11, the good old straight pipe or removing your exhaust baffle. Look, we all love a bike that sounds like thunder. It feels powerful. It makes your throttle response sharper. And on bikes that are choked by stock exhaust systems, pulling the baffle can genuinely boost low-end torque and responsiveness. But here's the law. In most places, if your exhaust is louder than 95 decibels at idle, or if you remove the EPA dot noise compliance sticker, you're breaking the law. California's vehicle code 27,151 bans excessive noise outright. And if you get caught, you can get fined and even ordered to retest your bike. And let's be real, if your neighbors can hear you revving from 3 blocks away, so can the cops. Still, many riders remove the baffle because it makes their bikes feel alive. Just keep the baffle nearby. Don't rev like a maniac at stoplights, and always know the laws in your area, especially if you're pulled over and they ask about your exhaust. Bonus mod, floating license plates. And here's a bonus mod that's pure style, but pure risk, the floating license plate. Instead of mounting it on a traditional fender or tail tidy, riders relocate their plate under the seat or by the swing arm. It looks sharp, minimal, and pairs perfectly with an integrated taillight setup. But here's the thing, hiding your plate can get you pulled over fast. Some riders mount their plates too far in, sideways, or tucked behind the wheel, which violates visibility laws. In many places, your plate must be visible from a set distance and angle, illuminated at night, and accompanied by a rear reflector. If you ignore that, you're just giving law enforcement a reason to stop you, even if you're riding perfectly legal otherwise. How to stay safe with these mods. Look, no one's saying you shouldn't customize your bike. In fact, most of these mods are awesome. They make your ride feel faster, cleaner, and more personal. That's part of the fun of being a motorcyclist. But if you're riding on public roads, here's what you need to remember. Check your local laws. What's legal in one state or country might be totally banned in another. Keep your stock parts, especially mirrors, turn signals, baffles, and plates. You never know when you'll need to switch back for inspection or resale. Document everything. If you change your odometer, engine map, or exhaust system, keep receipts and notes. It protects you in case of insurance claims or buyer questions. Don't post evidence. Avoid flexing your race-tuned dash or straight-piped exhaust with your license plate in full view. Yes, people have gotten visits from law enforcement after doing just that. At the end of the day, the goal isn't just to make your bike perform better, it's to ride longer, ride smarter, and avoid trouble that could take you off the road completely. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button so more riders see it. And if you're planning to mod your bike, or already have, drop a comment below and tell us what you've done. We'll let you know if it's legal, risky, or totally badass, or all three. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-world motorcycle tips that save you time, money, and maybe even your license. Ride safe, ride smart, and I'll see you in the next one.